Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chris. If you are new, today's video is all about the smells of Easter. I did this about 2 or 3 years ago, and even though like nobody watched it, it was one of my favorite videos to do. So thank you to all of the 5, 6 of you who are out there who clicked on that thumbnail and were interested to see what my video is about. This is a fun video, nothing very serious. This is about the smells that remind me of Easter, and I have perfumes that kind of mimic the smells. So when I think of Easter, of course, I'm thinking April, end of March, April. I'm thinking beautiful spring florals. I'm thinking things that are in, maybe an Easter basket, some goodies, lots of goodies in the Easter basket, that kind of thing. And with that, I am just going to get started. But before I do, if you have any smells that remind you of Easter, let us all know down in the comments below. Now, the first thing I'm doing when I wake up on Easter morning is I have stayed up really late getting the kids' Easter baskets together because I wanted to do that after they went to bed. So I'm very, very tired, and the first thing I do every morning, no matter what, no matter where I am, I'm going to make me a cup of coffee. And so since I was up late the night before making the kids' Easter basket, I'm going to make me an extra large cup of coffee. And my new coffee fragrance that I have right here is Amore Caffè. It took me a little while to get it. I got it for a really good deal on Maxarome. I paid less than $100, and I think this is a 4-ounce bottle. So I was super happy with it. I don't have a lot of coffee fragrances because I just don't want to smell like coffee. I couldn't go without coffee. Literally, it's the first thing I do in the morning is I pour a cup of coffee, but I don't want to have a perfume necessarily smelling like coffee. So I did have some coffee-heavy fragrances in the past that I have subsequently gotten rid of, decluttered, given away, and I'm left with just a few, but this is a delicious one. So basically, this is like coffee, ice cream, and waffle cone. So it's coffee plus. It's really delicious. So you made your cup of coffee. Maybe you're snacking on a little waffle cone, like an ice cream waffle cone, and you put a dollop of ice cream in your coffee because, the diet is blown. You're going to eat whatever you want that day. So you might as well indulge in some yummy coffee. So we're starting off Easter day with some coffee. Now, when I think of Easter, I'm thinking florals too. Like, what are the flowers that are blooming during Easter time? Lilies, obviously. So I'm thinking lilies. I'm thinking something along that line. The perfume that just makes me always think of spring, makes me think of Easter. I always think of, when I think of a lily, is this beautiful one by Christian Dior called Lucky. And this really focuses on the lily of the valley. Lily of the valley can be hard. It's very, very pretty in here. This is an ozonic white floral with lily of the valley emphasis. Yeah, it smells so fresh and clean. It's fresh and clean and green without being soapy or screechy. And when I wear this, I just get loads of compliments, and people usually say, you smell really good, you smell fresh, you smell clean, you smell slightly floral. It's so beautiful. Definitely one of my very favorite lily fragrances, one of my favorite lily of the valley perfumes. Another fragrance that I have that just, when I smell this, I'm thinking of Easter time. I'm thinking of March and April, because to me this has, those Easter floral notes in it. Even though I don't think this has lily, it has hyacinth. Hyacinth blooms in April. In fact, one of my neighbors planted some in their garden, and the beautiful hyacinth is blooming. Hyacinth smells like lilac to me. And this beautiful perfume by the house of Fleuriste, I show Gâteau des Anges all the time. But it's really a perfume, it's a beautiful perfume house that all the fragrances are created in France by master perfumers. And this is a traditional French floral perfume. So it's a beautiful, light, floral, musky perfume. When I smell it, I'm thinking Parisian. I'm thinking Parisian spring flowers. Oh, it smells so good. I get a little bit of rose. I don't even know if rose is in here, but I smell rose. There is mimosa, so a honeydew floral, and I get hyacinth. So I don't know what else is in here, but it smells like a flower shop. And I actually think that's what Fleuriste means in French is flower shop. So this is literally a spring flower shop in a bottle, beautifully made perfume, a beautiful floral musky perfume, very elegant. This kind of screams French elegance, and I do love that she offers samples. Oh, and I have a discount now. So if you want to take advantage of the discount code, I will link it down below. So let's see. So the kids are asleep. I'm making sure that the basket has everything in it. And we all know that in every Easter basket, we're going to have some candy, right? I didn't have a fragrance that smelled like jelly beans, but I have a fragrance called Candy Number 4. This is a beautiful, I'm not gonna say beautiful, this is a fun fragrance. This is fruity, this is citrusy. This is like a citrusy, fruity version of Baccarat 540 without that sweetness, without the spun sugar sweetness. This has a citrusy sweetness, and it doesn't have that latex note that a lot of you get that you don't like, and it doesn't have a lot of woodiness and has no florals. So cherry, raspberry, that could stand for, you know, maybe the jelly beans. I mean, let's just say red fruits, red citruses. It's got cotton candy. You're going to put a little cotton candy in the basket, even though cotton candy typically has an overwhelming sweetness. This one is not overwhelmingly sweet because it has a lot of, I would say, tart fruits. So they do balance out each other. This is a terrific, I love to wear this in the summer. It's so easy to wear. It's like an easy reach summer perfume for me. It's so easy, it's so fun, and terrific for, you know, this theme. Now, we can't have Easter. We cannot have Easter without the Easter bunny. And I got her covered. I got her covered with my beautiful rabbit, Miss Little Cutie Patootie. She is so cute. This is one of the easier fragrances from Zoologist to wear. I bought the entire Discovery set. I spent well over $200 getting the Discovery set. So many in that line are just horrible. They're not even, they're just not wearable. Many are very pretty. Many are very pretty. At some point, I will review the whole line. Bear with me, maybe coming sometime this summer. Rabbit is one of the easiest to wear. She's so good. She's so sweet. She smells like a cross between a carrot cake scone and a carrot cake without the icing, and then toss in a little bit of hay, toss in a little bit of grass, toss in a little bit of clover. So you're having a picnic, you know, out during springtime, you're eating your carrot cake without the icing because it's not super, super sweet, or your carrot cake scone, you know, sitting in the grass, and maybe there's a little bit of clover nearby. It's so good, so delicious. I have actually worn this to work, and a couple of my coworkers said, "Ooh, you smell so good. What is that?" Let's see. Oh, along with our coffee, hello, first thing we're going to do in the morning is drink our coffee, but also we're going to have a little bit of coffee cake to go along with the brunch that we're going to make before we have our Easter festivities. And a fragrance smells exactly like a coffee cake is by the House of Dyad. Love this line. I love this house. And this is Rise and Shine. This is for my gourmand girlies, my gourmand guys, my gourmand girlies. You really kind of do have to enjoy full-on gourmands because it smells exactly like a coffee cake, a cinnamon coffee cake, a cinnamon streusel coffee cake with an emphasis on the cinnamon streusel topping. So it's a cinnamon bomb, vanilla, lots of yumminess, probably has butter. All you need to know is that it smells like a delicious cinnamon streusel coffee cake with an emphasis on that topping. And the fragrances are very good. They're cleanly formulated and very affordable. Another one that they kindly gave my followers or anybody who wants it, a discount. Let's see. Oh, look out. Oh, of course, every single basket needs two things. It needs chocolate and it needs marshmallows. So for the chocolate part, I don't have a ton of chocolate fragrances, but the chocolate part can be covered by chocolate greedy because this is a very fun chocolate perfume. To me, this smells like a cross between Cocoa Puffs and a chocolate hot cocoa mix. Like you're gonna put, maybe you're gonna put some hot cocoa mix in the basket for the kids. They wanna make their hot cocoa. And maybe you can put the little mini boxes of Cocoa Puffs in the basket because, I mean, who doesn't love Cocoa Puffs? So I think this has a little bit of citrus, I want to say orange, really in the background. So a puffy powdery, chocolatey, yummy, delicious fragrance. I don't wear this as much. I need to get it out, but I haven't decluttered it because I don't know. It's a fun chocolate to wear. It's an easy chocolate to wear. So also, like, no Easter basket is complete without marshmallow. You got to have some marshmallow. You got to have your Peeps. And do you know that I would put Peeps in my kids' basket every year, and I never ate them because they just looked disgusting. I didn't think I'd love them, and it was a couple years ago. I actually tried one, and they're quite delicious. You know, they might be partly radioactive, but they're quite delicious. But anyways, the epitome of the marshmallow scent. This is the benchmark. There is no other marshmallow fragrance. This is it. This is the one. This is the only. Delizia di Marshmallow. I had this well before I started my channel. We're on our second bottle. This is a new bottle. We drained the bottle. This is so good. It's a simple fragrance, but it just does the trick, and it just smells like you had this big bag of marshmallows. Maybe you know those marshmallows that are pastel colors that they have when Easter rolls around? Tear open a bag, stick your face in, breathe in, and that's what you're going to get right here. I mean, I don't think they list very many notes. I think it's like marshmallow, sugar, vanilla. It smells like a bag of marshmallows. It's powdery, you know, with that little powdery coating on top. It is quite delicious. Okay, so for those of you who actually celebrate the religious aspect of Easter, this next perfume I think is it actually is from the tailor to the Pope. His name is, well, he started off as an organist, then he became a tailor to the Pope, and then he became a perfumer, and his name is Filippo Sorcinelli, and his bottles are literal works of art. But the one that he came out with in 2023, right around Easter, and this was to celebrate this thing is like 20 pounds, the resurrection, is called Haec Dies. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. And this is supposed to kind of resemble, or the point of view is the resurrection. The stone represents the stone covering that was supposed to roll away, and then Jesus presented himself. And the perfume in here is supposed to represent the anointed oils at the time. So it's musk, I think there's aloe vera, there's peach, there's a little bit of myrrh, but this really is not incense heavy. Maybe it's way in the background. It has vanilla in here, so I get vanilla, peach, aloe vera, and musk. And this smells very, very similar to Cashmere, which I wore for years. And also it has a lot of similarities with Ylang Gold. So if you have Ylang Gold, you know, and you don't want something that smells a lot similar to it, well, you can probably pass over Haec Dies. I have Ylang Gold. I love it, but I mean, I bought it to support the perfumer, and I bought it for what it represents. And this will be the scent that I will wear for Easter Mass this year. The last couple of years, it was L'Eau Papier, but this year, now that I have this beautiful bottle, it will be Haec Dies. Now you're getting into Easter dinner, and it's the only day of the year that I eat ham. I don't have anything like against ham and a religious scent or any sense like that. I just don't tend to eat ham. I love protein. I just don't tend to eat ham. But I always have that Easter ham. What do you always have to serve with your Easter ham? You have to serve potatoes. I like au gratin potatoes. And wouldn't you know it, I've got the potato covered for this perfume. Now, there is a new release by Boho Boko called Polish Potatoes, and this was gifted to me. Now, it took me a while to sample it because I thought, I don't know if I want to smell like a potato. They did a really good job. In fact, some of their fragrances are a little bit out of the box for me. Well, actually, I think Magic Mushrooms was not for me. Almost every other perfume in their line I like or love. Some of them are beautiful, except Magic Mushrooms. That just wasn't me. That wasn't at my wheelhouse. Polish Potatoes is actually quite interesting. It's for my people who love to smell like damp earth. Now, I hear that a lot from you, and there are other content creators. One of my favorite content creators, Cherie from the Top Note, she loves fragrances that have that wet, damp earth smell to them. So I know there are a lot of people that love it, and you guys leave me comments in the comment section that you love fragrances that smell like damp earth. But if you like something that's very earthy and you like patchouli, you might love Polish Potatoes. So this does smell earthy. It's not super damp, and thank goodness it's not moldy or anything like that. I would say it's more like dry, cold, damp, dry, cold soil. It has a soil smell to it. I wore this yesterday, so I've worn it twice, and I did get patchouli, so it has a sweet patchouli. The patchouli is slightly green, but it's definitely earthy. Definitely has a little bit of that earthiness, that cement vibe. I say cement, concrete vibe. A little bit green. It does smell like potatoes you pulled out of the ground. In other words, if you get potatoes from the store, or if you go somewhere where they are sold organically, sometimes they still have that dirt on them, and you have to brush that off and clean it off. You know the smell of that when you're cleaning a potato, or the earthiness of the potato when it still has a little dirt on it. That's captured in here. And also it has, I think, beetroot or beet juice. One of my favorite vegetables is a beet. And I love to get the big beets, and I love to roast beets. So I'll cut them up, or I'll grate them and I'll chop them up and I'll put them in some olive oil, and then I'll roast them. Delicious. While you're cutting that beet, while you're cutting it, the smell is unmistakable. That's in here. It's slightly sweet, but not overly sweet. So patchouli, you have soil, you have beetroot, and you have potato. Sounds disgusting, and it is not going to be for everybody. But if you like those fragrances that do smell like the earth, the ground, with a little bit of a sweet patchouli and some, some earthiness, some dryness, and toss in some beetroot, you may love this perfume. It's not going to be for everybody. It's going to be a love or a hate, that's for sure. And then, of course, for Easter dessert, I always have a coconut cake in the form of an Easter bunny. I used to make it myself. Now I have the bakeries do it. I order my cake. Love it, love it, love it. And the best coconut cake fragrance that I have is one by Kais, and this is called Cocco Alla Vaniglia. I mean, I think they only list 3 notes: coconut, vanilla, and whipped cream. This is one of my favorite smells. It smells like a coconut cake, but it smells like a coconut tres leche cake. Very milky, very creamy, very vanillic, very ooey gooey. My son never, ever, ever comments on my perfumes, and I mean never. But this is the only perfume, this and Baccarat 540, the only perfumes he said, wow, that smells good. And maybe he has quite the sweet tooth, but it smells delicious. So that's it. My quick take on the smells of Easter. Let me know what you thought. I hope you enjoyed your time with me. If I left out a fragrance that would go great in this video, let us all know down in the comments below. Thanks again for sticking around. Thanks for watching. And if you did enjoy your time with me, I would love a thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next one. And everybody, I hope you have a wonderful Easter.